Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I really do appreciate your time. Yeah, so I wanted to just jump on here really quickly. I'm on my way to the market to talk about this whole thing going on with Telvin Osborne. Basically, the young man decided to spend majority of his life dedicating it to bashing black women, calling black women disparaging names, you know, talking about our appearance, just in general being completely comfortable with displaying his anti-blackness, because apparently, like, people just, like I said, when people don't have shame, it's perfectly fine to be openly anti-black. So this was the type of black man who made terrible, horrible posts. He said, I would rather have sex with a dog rather than a black woman. She would have to be a white dog. Like, just terrible, terrible, horrible takes that I don't understand why this man didn't keep them to himself, why he didn't just keep all his self-hatred to himself, quite frankly. Based off of the information that I quickly did, he had 2 baby mamas, and the woman that he chose to procreate with, go ahead, sir, go ahead. The women that he chose to procreate with were white women. Didn't marry them though, of course, you know, didn't make them wives, just baby mamas. So I'm gonna be playing a few clips from the news, and then I'm also gonna play a news clip that is basically the same exact situation with a former athlete named Toby Umhoseli. He literally had the same exact story, like the same exact, like, go ahead please, oh my god, like the same exact story, the same exact outcome, the same exact end.
An arrest has been made in a shooting in Burke County. The Burke County Sheriff's Office announced today that Hannah Grace Cobb was charged with involuntary manslaughter in the death of Telvin Osborne. Osborne was shot in the chest at a home on 4 Points Road on Sunday and pronounced dead at the hospital. Investigators say alcohol was involved and the shooting was not accidental.
The offenses committed leading up to the discharge of the firearm included simple battery, family violence, and reckless conduct. It is reckless to go out and get drunk and then introduce a firearm into an argument. It is reckless to engage in an argument where there's pushing and shoving going on. And those are the predicate charges for the charge of involuntary manslaughter.
Sheriff Williams says more charges could be coming as the investigation continues.
And new tonight, a man stabbed to death in a posh apartment building in Edgewater. Police tell us this was the only homicide they've had in this area so far this year.
Yeah, very high-end building here. Let's get straight to CBS 4's Joe Gorcho with what we know so far about the story. Joe.
Elliot, Lauren, we are beginning to learn more details tonight about an alleged murder that took place inside One Paraiso. I had a chance to speak with several residents here earlier this evening, and they tell me that they received an email from management about a domestic dispute, but did not provide more information other than that. Now, we have since learned from Miami PD that a stabbing took place here on Sunday night, and speaking with friends that knew the victim, the man killed was 27-year-old Christian Toby Abumuseli. He died after being transported by Miami Fire Rescue to JMH Trauma. We did have a chance tonight to speak with several of Abumuseli's close friends, and the news, as one can imagine, comes as quite a shock. Abumuseli, by all accounts, was caring and had a great spirit. Now, Abumuseli's close friends tell me that he recently moved to Miami with his girlfriend to live at One Paraiso. We've also been told by Miami PD that one person has been detained concerning the stabbing. Joe Gorcho, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Okay, so it's pretty scary how literally those news clips are not of the same person, but they're basically eerily similar in terms of the circumstances and the optics, right? So the truth of the matter is, this man spent his time on earth disparaging women that looked like him, that, you know, shared the same racial category as him, and making white women baby mamas. You know, that appeared to be what was his shtick the entire time that he was here. When people have poor selections and they don't know how to select good people for themselves in terms of romantic partners, changing the race of an individual does not give you automatically better odds. And so what I find a lot of times with these type of people is they tend to not know what red flags are. They tend to believe that the issue is with the blackness of the opposite gender they are bashing, or that they believe that white people do better with. So a lot of times when you see black women who are bashing black men and saying, oh, leave Blackistan, and you know, all the typical anti-black self-hating things that people like that on the internet say, they say it as if the problem with the individuals that they're picking is that they're black, versus what it more than likely is a cultural aspect that black Americans or black people in America share in general. So if you don't know how to select better versions of black people, if you don't know how to select better quality black men or better quality black women, yeah, it's easy for you to blame the poor selection on their race. Yeah, it's really easy for you to do that. Yeah, that's typically what it is. When people display that they don't know how to select mates for themselves, and the first thing they do is bash black men or black women because they feel it's the race of the person, that lets me know that you lack self-awareness. Anti-blackness is anti-blackness, no matter how much you try to dress it up or how much you try to like add certain things to it. It's not really acceptable. I mean, if you want to be openly anti-black because that's your thing, then you're absolutely allowed to do that. And so to believe that there aren't better options of black women out there and there aren't better options of black men out there, it just doesn't make any sense. Because what are you saying about yourself? Like, ultimately, what is it that you are saying about yourself that you believe that being black is the problem? That's what you're saying. So you're saying that if all black people today stopped being black, our community would be better. Like, what? Like, that's honestly why when I see these stories of black men who spent their time online degrading black women, or when you see stories about black women who spend their time online degrading black men when they're done in by their partners, I don't feel tremendous empathy for the situation. You know, maybe for their family members, just in the sense of losing a partner, or I'm sorry, not losing a partner, losing a cousin, a brother, a sister, you know, an uncle, whatever. But outside of that, to me, it really doesn't make any sense, because these people are not people that I feel are worthy of my empathy or worthy of my sorrow. And they're certainly not worthy of my protest in terms of me wanting to make sure that they get justice. Like, no, I would, no, like, you spent your time while you were alive. They literally spent their time when they were alive causing more problems in our community. Like, why would I spend any of my breath or time wanting justice for them, wanting them to, no. So a lot of times when you see people who are like that, it's just a lot of times self-hatred. Like, I know people like to act like it's not a real thing, but no, like, a lot of times, no, people really hate themselves. Like, people really do hate themselves. Like, I'm so serious. That's something that I have personally learned from having a YouTube channel, making content, and seeing the type of comments that men and women leave. Yo, people really hate themselves. Honestly, sincerely, wholeheartedly hate themselves, hate who they are. It has nothing to do, it could be any other race, as long as they're not black. In their minds, they're better. And then they believe that a white man will save them or a white woman will save them. You can date outside your race and do that in a healthy way. And you can date outside your race, and like I said, it be clearly a sign that you hate yourself. That's all I really have to offer in that regard. They spent their time online disparaging Black people. So I can't sit here and say like, oh my gosh, no. Like, most likely the same white privilege that he most likely believes she had over white women could be the same privilege that allows her to get away with murdering him. But yes, I'm about to get out and go food shopping. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.